Hi, everybody. Come on in. This is a first, technology-wise. We're having a countdown. Hopefully everyone's seeing this on YouTube and Facebook. If you're seeing this on Facebook, let me know. We'll get started in just a short time. I've got a little intro music for you. Episode 1, you never know what'll happen here. All right, it's coming up. Check out what I've been doing in quarantine for the past week. Mr. Graphics. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 1. Just so you know, I see everybody on my comment feed right now through the magic technology. I see Katie Carlson, Allison Burgoon, Sydney Sefa, Dana Gervais, Johnny Shu. That's fantastic. It's so great to see you all. We'll just wait a little longer and make sure everybody sees this. As you probably know, you get a little alert on your phone that says, come in, come in, come in. Terry Ann Strong, hey, how you doing? Oh, yes. So nice to see you guys. I can't believe it's been almost 2 years since the last gig, let's say a year and a half. I just wanted to, I know we've been kind of all over the place and shows have been canceled left and right. So I thought it would be a good idea to reach out and say, hey, we're alive and maybe we can make this a regular thing. I have already been in touch with multiple people that might be interested in stopping by in future episodes, but this one is just to say hello and to get the ball rolling. We do have a little bit of news just right off the bat. You guys remember that, right? Well, the big news is that we're no longer just in the promo. We are now in the game itself. Not our images, but our music. So if you have Xbox or if you have Windows PC and know how to get on Steam and download that game, you can hear us in the game. And the single itself will be on iTunes and all the different places, Spotify. I think it's the 24th. We'll make sure to have an announcement for that. So we'll just get that out of the way. It's really cool. We haven't really had any music from a third party in a while, so our hats off to the game makers, and a big thank you for getting us on that soundtrack and believing in us and the 90s vibe enough to follow through with that. So let's take a look at the comments. By the way, in case you haven't done it, that's where we are. If you haven't liked or followed and you're just kind of casual, please, this is the way things work these days. So you better join us, you better like and follow, otherwise you might miss something, because we are alive and well despite COVID cancellations. So let's go to the chat here. I'm just gonna pull some of you guys up. Let's see. Monica Kelly, Amanda, Michelle, there's Caitlin. Here's my friend in Osaka, Lido Cruz, Osaka, Japan, man. He is up early, very early. And then we've got Bryce West, child of the 90s. Boy, if you guys haven't seen this promo, maybe I should run that promo. Is there, I'll take a consensus. Anybody want to see the promo within this to help other people? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to load it up. Let's see. Now we'll get to test the Jeff watching the video feature. The big guy. Yeah, so those of you who haven't seen this, hopefully you can still hear me. 90s video game style.
Adventure instead.
So get ready for adventure and see how it pull off.
The big con.
Yeah, there it is. Really happy with that. And thanks again for the game manufacturers putting us on there. Let's see here. We've got Mr. Rockapella has stopped by. I always wear a hat. It's the NASA hat. I'm not a big sports guy, but I'm all about NASA. And I want to ask you guys, how was your quarantine so far? Well, let's not call it a quarantine. How was your downtime so far? A lot of stuff happened, and a lot of stuff didn't happen. I know we had a show in September that was just canceled literally within a short time after putting it on the books, and our support goes to that community, but they just realized they couldn't do it for all the reasons you can imagine. We had 5 dates on the books for Christmas. The second hurricane that passed through the Northeast caused great damage to one of the dates, to the theater at one of the dates. So now that is gone. I mean, we're talking, I joke with my friends, this is a slow-moving apocalypse, just kidding. But now there is one fewer date on the calendar. We're hoping that the Christmas tour, if you can call it that, Christmas tour is gonna remain on the books. A lot of places have been pushing their dates to the new year, specifically February and things like that. We're all optimistic. We take it 1 month at a time. There's nothing more I can really say about that. We go into it with a positive attitude. So we hope to see you all again. I'm a fan of streamed concerts, and I know that we had an attempt to do that at the very beginning of COVID. It's harder than it looks. We were foiled by a lot of things. There were no vaccines back then and so forth. Travel requirements stopped that one. So maybe there'll be another one in the future. We'll see. But in any case, the stuff that's on the books out in 2022 and then the handful for Christmas, let's keep our fingers crossed. All right, let's get some comments here. Oh, Lisa said she had COVID in March 2020. Hey, first in. We can all laugh about it just a tiny bit, can't we? Bless your heart, Lisa. You got it early. Hope you don't get it again. Yikes. Let's see. Sydney says, plan a Canadian tour. I would love to do Canada. We've done Vancouver. Superfans, help me out. This has been a while. Vancouver, not Vancouver, sorry, Toronto, a couple times. We did a little club, and then we opened for the Barbershop Festival. And I think we may have tried one other place. Then we did way north central Canada, but that's about it. Sydney, I hate to tell you, it's not up to us. I wish it were. There just hasn't been the Performing Arts Center network and so forth isn't as solid there for us as it is down here. Doesn't mean we don't love you guys. Let's see. Judy says, I love streamed concerts. Well, you know, you can wear your underwear and go to the bathroom anytime you want and eat chips, and no one's going to stop you. Let's see. Lido, who is from Vancouver, is that correct, Lido? Or Toronto? Vancouver. He says, not Vancouver, no. I don't want to know what's going on there now, my gosh. Here's our friend Wendy. She worked from home for 3 months in the same room with her husband. They survived and still like each other. You know, not everyone was so lucky, as I understand it. My roommate at the time in Denver, I have pictures of him teaching a class with, waist up, suit, tie, then waist down, like swim trunks and flip-flops. That's the world we're in. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, even if the pandemic goes away. Is that bad? Is that good? You're welcome to state your opinion on that. Let's see. Jen Henderson. We miss seeing you live too. You know, we're always on your daily playlist while you work. I feel that. I feel that, believe it or not. I know that people like that are out there with the Rockapella playlist, driving, getting happiness. You know what? When you're in a band this long, I mean, a lot of bands break up after 3 years. When you're in a band this long, if you're making people happy, then what better motivation is there to stick around? I guess that's part of the reason why the Rolling Stones are still around. Who knows? They certainly make more money than I do. Let's see here. Oh, Diego de Jesus. Our Brazilian fans. We have a lot of Brazilian fans relative to other places. It's actually pretty amazing. We've never managed to figure out how to get down there, but that's been years and years and years of Brazilian fans. It's a little enclave down there. So if anybody goes down there and wants to connect with Rockapella fans and maybe can speak Brazilian Portuguese, you could probably connect up and hang out. It's really great to hear from you guys in Brazil. There's a place I'd love to see, for sure. Jana says, Rockapella is the soundtrack of my life. You know what, Jana? It's kind of been the soundtrack to my life, too, for different reasons. Let's see here. Kathy, oh, there she is. Last year I saw a sign outside that says husband for sale. Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. And Brenda Lee, here's one of our super, super, super fans. Not that all of you aren't precious to us, believe me. But Brenda Lee is in this small group that has been to a heck of a lot of shows, more than I can count. And not that it's a competition, but we're very familiar with dear Brenda. She's been happy for 20 plus years with us, and we have been happy with you. And I can't believe it's been 20 years. I don't even think about it. And we're back with our co-founder, Sean Altman, whom I probably can drag onto this broadcast at a later date, I have no doubt. Apartment tour, he does that sometimes with his side acts. I'm not surprised that's, but isn't that a little bit COVID intensive, Sean? I mean, you're in someone's apartment. Maybe this isn't the time for apartment tour. We may end up taking what we can get. Amanda, nice to see you. It's been a long time, but I know you've been a fan since you were 12. Don't remind me how long it's been. 41. Oh man. Hey, I wanna talk about something. Jeopardy. How many people thought it should be this guy? Look at that guy. Who could that be? He'd be great in Jeopardy. Nobody can keep the flow going with a smile like Greg Lee. I think he should be we don't want to say the dark horse, but he is definitely a prime candidate in my mind if they ever wake up. Call your agent, my friend. It was so good to see him on that recent Carmen Sandiego video review, but I think Greg would be perfect, don't you? So, let's see who else is here before I move on. Oh my gosh. It's so nice to see you guys. Can't wait to break out the Christmas music this year, says Allison. Yeah, we all need that. Honestly, we need a little Christmas. Even if you're not celebrating Christmas, we all know how good it feels to play some Christmas music sometime. I'm now living in an area that loves to celebrate Halloween. So we'll get past that. Vampires, werewolves, and darkness, and then we'll have Christmas. And we can be Thanksgiving and Christmas at the same time. That's my philosophy. Sherry's here. Okay, so this reminds me, Sherry and West Coast people, thank you for being here. I know it's much earlier for you. I want to ask you guys, on this first episode, I'm going to have some water. Woo! I want to ask you guys, what is the best time to do this? East Coast, West Coast, completely different. I've been told a lot of things. We pick 7:30 because it's kind of after dinner and before whatever happens after that, kids or whatever. We got to find a happy medium, or I'm going to have to jump around a bit. I will do a special broadcast for Japan because they're on the opposite clock. We'll work on that. But West Coasters, if you can kind of let us know what is the better time to do this for you. I know some of you are here. I know, I think Carla, our super fan down in Southern California, was going to have the broadcast on during her class that she teaches. Carla is a fantastic math teacher in Southern California. So if she's listening, God bless you. And let's see. Everybody is so excited. Yes, I agree. Oh, my favorite Christmas tune is, let's see. I just like the overall vibe. It's so funny. I want to tell you a brief story because these hangouts, as I'm coining them, we can do a lot of reminiscing and we can also show archival stuff. Turns out that I am the de facto keeper of the Rockapella vault. And the stuff I have, you would not believe. So if there are any requests for the next episodes, please let me know because you name it, I probably have it. These days, everything is on the internet. But before internet, in the standard definition, not high definition days, we walked out of every press appearance or whatever with a tape, or we got one later. You walk out with a tape. Get me a tape, a high quality tape. And then, of course, in the internet days, you can usually find the broadcasts on their website. But in the old days, we had the tapes. So I have all that. I have everything we ever made promotionally in all the iterations of the group. We might actually, that's not a bad idea. We should have a episode where it's all the promos from all the iterations of the group. Why not? Why not? Rockapella, we've been around a long time, late 80s, TV and film, let's say, 91, and then on from there. And why not celebrate that? We're very much alive now, but why not celebrate the past and the present? There's a lot of great music in every decade, and a lot of enjoyable appearances. Actually, Sean Altman was reminding me of one just the other day. They used to go on Regis and Kathy Lee quite a lot when they were a local group in the beginning of the band. And I have many of those appearances. A lot of them are very similar. There's Zombie Jamboree, there's Regis being Football. Those of you who are younger, it's now Kelly Ripa and her co-host. But in the old days, it was Regis and Kathy Lee. And Rockapella must have been on there in, I think, more than one iteration. Probably Steve Kai's era and then Scott Leonard, perhaps. You guys can remind me. And I have all those appearances. And Sean was telling me that there's one time where, you know, the TV audio guy only had one microphone on. So you heard, I'll let him reminisce it, but you heard just the high tenor part. Things like that, you know, it's just 30 years of that kind of fun. I'll dig in there and look. Let's see here. Oh, Lido suggests Rockapella time trip. I like that. I'm always into the alliteration. Our super fan who sees us down in Florida. Hi, Brian. Nice to see you. Very much. Very nice to see you. Is that a beard I see? All right. Time flies. You got a beard now. That's awesome. Great to see you, buddy. There's Terry. Yeah, the Rockapella Vault. Actually, I want to show you something. COVID kind of sidelined our plans, as you can imagine. I'm just going to pause this background music. COVID sidelined our plans. We were working on a Beatles show. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but probably not anytime soon. But it's a great idea that still has legs. We were going to have a little bit of multimedia. We might even have a historical person who knows the facts and the stories about the Beatles combined with rare images and stuff like that. And then, of course, Scott was doing some fantastic arrangements. And because of royalties and so forth, I can't really play the soundtrack to the promo because we'll probably get flagged, but I can show you it without sound. Let's see here. So this is the promo. Rockapella meets the Beatles. Come together. Once again, I can't show the sound because it would be a copyright violation, most likely. But this is what was sidelined by COVID. We were hard at work on this. We had the promo locked and loaded. And then, of course, you know what happened at that point. It was going to be, as far as I know, mostly, if not all, Beatles. Here's an example of some behind-the-scenes stuff. There's rare footage from all kinds of things. So that's a bummer, but it may happen. It may happen. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but it may still happen because it's still definitely a good idea. What, if any of you had big plans, hopefully nothing too sad happened, marriages that didn't happen, whatever. Certainly trips to Disney and stuff, I'm sure that stuff didn't happen. Yeah, you can see, you get the gist. That didn't happen. We'll see what happens. Well, all right, let's see here. Katie, I'm late to the party. Did we discuss the pending scheduled shows yet? I have tickets for April. April, as you can imagine, is another world. Another world. Who knows what's going to happen in April? My apologies, Katie. There's no way we could possibly know what happens in April. Once again, we do have dates booked in February, but we don't know what's going to transpire with those. It's far enough in the future that it's safely in the distance. All right, let's see. Is that Eri? Eri? I would love to see a supergroup reunion. How do you choose what to sing? There are lots of questions with that concept. Let's put that on the side for now. Let's see here. I don't think we connected successfully to YouTube, but we're going to try again. If any of you were looking for this on YouTube, we'll try again. Carla says she does have tickets for February. So at least one of those shows I mentioned is for sale. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I know we're doing California out there. Is that correct, Carla? And by the way, Carla, I hope you're not still teaching math right now while you're typing. Lane Stein from Voice Play down in Florida. Hey, Lane. we can choose for you. I'm sorry, I lost the thread there. You can choose the archival stuff? Is that what you mean? Interesting. Mike, who wrote Christmas Without You? That is Scott Leonard, as I believe. It's been a while since I thought of that song. That's a gem from Scott Leonard. Let's see. Carla says, yes. You are teaching math right now? Oh my gosh. All right, I got to catch up here. Lane, you're saying we can choose for you. Was that the behind the scenes stuff? Let me know in the comments. Tom says, did you guys have anything to do with the sing-off? No, we did not. The a cappella world is a big, hairy monster with tentacles everywhere. And they didn't do a lot of pro groups that were established, didn't really think about doing the sing-off. It was really kind of an amateur competition. Of course, it had professionals in it, but I think we were touring pretty regularly, and it wasn't something that we needed to pursue for those reasons. It's really for people who didn't have as many opportunities as they could have. I know that obviously Pentatonics, and I think Revoiced, which is a great group, they auditioned, or some of the guys in Revoiced. It's everybody's performed with everybody else in some of these groups. I could go on and on. Katie asks, what's your favorite song that's no longer, let's put the music back on. What's your favorite song that's no longer in the set list? Mine is Jenny Come Away. I think one of the songs that I love that we haven't really done, maybe we did it once, is It In You? I believe that's on Smiling. Girl, it's so easy when nights like this to become intoxicating. I think that's a beautiful song. It hasn't found a home yet in the set, but maybe sometime. Keith asks, has the popularity of Pentatonics raised the whole game genre? It's raised the ceiling of what is allowed through the gates of the music industry. That said, I don't think they're allowing more than one group at a time to go through those gates. So it's advanced, but hasn't really advanced in that sense. Yes, Pentatonics was successful, but you don't see 6 groups out there with the same level of success, although there are many with excellent production values. So it really still faces a stigma, there was a movement to get a Grammy for a cappella, and you can't, that's too broad of a target. And the goal, as far as I'm concerned, in the history of rockapella, was always to be accepted on a level playing field where the instrumentation didn't matter. So, did it change the genre? It didn't really change the genre, but it showed what was possible in the music industry. People were doing what Pentatonics was doing musically for many, many years and still do, but they achieved something in the music industry that hadn't happened yet on that level when we're talking Grammys and stuff like that. But anybody who's tuned into the scene now, that level of production is going on all the time. So, and there's a lot of great singing. So what the heck, I've stopped asking those questions. It just is what it is, Let's see. Brandon, my favorite song is Say You Won't Let Go. Oh, thanks, Brandon. That's interesting. I'll remind you guys of which one that is. We don't have to play the whole thing. I'm pulling up the file here. That's the one with the dogs. No, we don't want that one. We want, I've got all the music videos at my fingertips. Which is that one? Better Together, How About You? Winter Things. Oh, here we go. This one.
Say you won't let go.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I'm gonna just stop it here, and we can do other episodes where I do some commentary, or me and another band member, or 4 or 5 of us do commentary on videos. But this is an example of what rockapella when we have no money per se, you can do things. This is at Silver Dollar City. When we were in residency a few years ago in Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri, and Stunt Talk Productions was in the theater next door to us. And we had this song that we wanted to put on a Jams album. So it really comes down to get a green screen and shoot footage with a dog in slow motion. And you can imagine how short these clips are if you run them at regular speed.
I'll take the kids to
really slow 'cause the dog moves all the
wave them goodbye. I think my
So, you know, from a creative standpoint, I'm the guy who does the videos for the most part, and, you know, you can do anything with anything, really. Miho says, dogs, exactly. Now if we can figure out how to do one with babies, and then babies and dogs. Katie, one more time from Katie. Any plans for new merch? Okay, we had a bunch of shirts. We're putting them back in the store. We cut it down, narrowed it down, and we're putting it back. So there's a bunch of stuff. If you have any thoughts about what you might want specifically that you haven't seen, I don't know if you remember the things that were taken off the store that are coming back. There were like 20 designs. They still exist. It's all print on demand, so we'll put them back. Let us know. That's soon, because I know Christmas is coming. Rachel, I just found my fan club t-shirt from circa late 2000s. Yeah. Is that the rocket ship one or the other one? There are a couple. Kathy wants a hoodie. You know, we should have more hoodies. We should have more hoodies. They're expensive, and you can really only put the art on the back and then maybe like a logo on the front. But you're right, a good solid hoodie. What colors? That's right, I'm playing My Home in the background. It's multiple tracks run together here. Let's see. Nate says, oh, hey, Nate. Good to see you, buddy. Nate Kellison, talented musician. Are there any plans to put older rockapella albums on the music streaming sites? Okay, it's complicated. I know that everything from Don't Tell Me You Do on is on Apple, and I believe Spotify doesn't have those first few years starting in 98. So I'll take care of that. You're right. I don't think Spotify has the Don't Tell Me You Do to Live in Japan, maybe. I'll take care of that. Before Don't Tell Me You Do, it's a bunch of different owners of the albums and complicated. But we're kind of passing through the 20th, 25th anniversary, all that stuff of some of those. So there's a reason to go back to that and revisit it. As far as the Japanese stuff, I'm sure many of you know, but we would love to let you have that stuff. It's just not ours to give. And the label that put it out in Japan isn't really paying attention anymore, so it's sitting in a vault. Nobody can put it out. That's the simple answer. Wouldn't that be nice, though? I'd love to. The early 90s stuff. As far as the Carmen Sandiego album, we get that question a lot. That album is owned by like 6 different parties. It's just lost in pre-internet catalog stuff. It's in a vault, and all kinds of investors are involved, and PBS, and to put that out is a very difficult thing. We can't even locate the paper contract that was signed to license it. It's very complicated, or we would have put it out by now. Trust me, or at least the Rockapella tracks from it. Let's see. Brandon, I'll come to Brandon again. Thank you very much. What year did you start joining Rockapella and Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego? That would be, I joined the group, excuse me, I joined the group in 93. They were halfway through the season, through the run. They let me on 95. 5 for the 95-96 season, so the last season. But I was with the group, touring with the group, and doing media appearances before that. Obviously, adding another guy costs money, and it's PBS, they don't have a lot of money. But I am happy that season won a lot of daytime Emmys. Not because of me, but I'm happy to be a part of it. Well, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that you probably saw on the Carmen Sandiego cast reunion chat, and I have all that stuff, so maybe we can get Sean and Elliot on here. Elliot, if you're watching, give me a call. Let's see here. I don't want to go too far. We've been about a half an hour here, and I want to save stuff for the future, but I wanted to make this connection with you all. Once again, it's so great to see you. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. We'll get this working on YouTube next time. And I know I can bring other people in, and I will. That's all I'll say. Once again, let me know what a better time is, if there is one. I know West Coast people will have a lot of opinions. Let me know. And this will eventually end up on Facebook as a rewatch video, so you can comment if there are any votes for that. Let us know. I'm guessing, I'm just going to make a guess. Monday night, either 8 o'clock or late after the kids are in bed? You tell me. A couple more questions. A lot of people love live albums. We'll see what we can do. I do have a lot of tracks lying on my hard drive. The problem is we change members and then those tracks, who knows? Feeling Fine. Oh yeah, was that Rockapella? I don't think that was Rockapella. You're welcome, Nate. See you next time. And I just want to say it's so great to see everyone. Definitely Sean, Lane, and then I will persuade Elliot, and a few other people I can't name right now, but we'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, if it's possible, I know a bunch of you might want me to bring Fred on. If I can persuade Fred, our retired sound engineer, then those of you who have seen him over the years, Fred retired recently from full-time Rockapella. I think we're persuading him to come in for some East Coast stuff, but cross our fingers. We have a wonderful successor to Fred, who shall remain nameless for now, but God bless Fred. He really stabilized our sound, and he's a true craftsman, and we miss him. I miss hanging out with him. I drove all over the country with him for years and years and years. So I know there's an interest in seeing Fred and his singular dry delivery, and I would love to have him on. We can have a geek episode where we talk technical. We can take sound questions. That would be very interesting. A cappella live sound questions. I know there are a lot of them. Fred is one of those guys who I have never heard anyone mix a cappella more tastefully with more. He doesn't cram a lot of processing in. It's not shrill. It's always easy to listen to. He solves technical problems that I'm astounded by. So we love him. We'll be fine. He knows the person that is succeeding him on the full-time basis, but we'll see if we can bring him on. I think we'll bring it to a close for now, you guys. I am seeing all your comments, and again, if you can tell me Monday night, 9 o'clock, Tuesday later, another night, midnight, you let me know. For now, Lane says, Lane knows Fred. Fred likes a cold lunch and a hot dinner. He's sublime. For now, I'm going to say thank you again for stopping by. I'm a little bit nervous because there's a lot of technology in front of me, but it all seems to go pretty well other than the YouTube broadcast. So we'll see what happens next time. Commentary and behind the scenes stuff special guests, Fred, all kinds of thoughts about that. And then, of course, archival stuff if you're interested. So we'll see what happens. Get back to me on your dates, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Wear your mask. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.